Fletcher Barnard, and I'm a senior at Coffee County Central High School. And outside of school, I do lamps at craft shows. I make them, and then I go to little craft shows across Coffee County and Franklin County. Today, I'm going to demonstrate how to make the lamps. So first of all, prepping is the most important thing, because if it isn't prepped right, it will not look good in the end once it's put together. You got to make sure that there's no nicks in the cords. You got to make sure that everything's sanded down properly. You got to make sure that if it's wood, it doesn't have anything that'll leave splinters in somebody's hands. And you've got to make sure if it's metal that it won't leave any cuts in their hands. Second off, with prepping, it comes in to painting with it, but we'll talk about that in a second. After you get finished prepping, you start putting the lamp together. This one's already assembled most of the way. It's a part of a crankshaft gear with lifters, a valve spring, and the socket itself. This took about an hour and a half to put together once it was prepped. The prepping's what took the longest, because it took a while to get it sanded down and looking correct. And while I was sanding it down, I had to weld it together to be able to prep the welds also. This took, like I said, took about an hour and a half. The socket took about 15 minutes of it. While you put it together, it won't always fit perfectly. So you've got to take and cut and make it fit to where, in the eye sense, it will fit. You got to make sure that it's sturdy, like this. This is not fully done yet, and it still moves. I'll put set screws in it to keep it from moving, and it'll sit straight up, sturdy, and won't break. While putting the cord in it, you'll take tools like this, flathead, crimpers, wire strippers, and a small Phillips head to be able to put the cord into the socket. This is one of the most difficult parts to me because my fingers are fat, and so it's hard to get everything lined up since it's so small. But you'll take and pull this off on both sides. There's a positive and a negative, and sometimes there's a ground, but most of the time I don't use the ground because the style of plug that I have, you can't use the ground. If I can get this off. But like I said, this took me about 15 minutes to do last time. I probably won't put it all the way together. But while you're putting it into it itself, you are going to use these. If it's not cut, you will use these to strip the wire, and you will use this to tighten it down. Now once, we're going to say that's tightened down. Once it's tightened down, you will take and put it back into the socket, run the wire through wherever it needs to go to look nice, and then you will start painting or staining or clear coating the product. Usually if it's metal, I'll leave it bare and just clear coat it so that it doesn't rust. But if it's wood, I will stain it. And like this, I use just a normal primer gray to finish it, to make it look like an industrial style lamp. The selling of the lamps is a hard part also, especially if you're not good at talking to people, which I'm not. When I'm talking to people at a craft show, I don't know what I'm supposed to be saying. Even though I'm the one that did all the work, I don't know what I'm supposed to be saying. So you've got to figure out how to be able to talk to people, how to be able to sell the product while talking to people, at the same time letting them know that it's okay not to buy it. I also sell on eBay and Marketplace. That's the easiest of the ways to sell, is on Marketplace, because all you do is put it onto Facebook, put it through Marketplace, and you're done. There's no big details or hard ways to do it. It's just boom, 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 and you're done. eBay's a little bit more taskful, but it's not as bad. You take and you run it through a AI scanner now, and it tells you what you need to put it under and all that, because if you don't, then eBay will red flag it. So you put it under an AI scanner saying what it is, what all's done to it. They put it into the format that they want, and then you post it. This is how you build a lamp, you post it, and you sell it. Like I said, prepping is the hardest. Putting together is the medium. It isn't too bad. This is the most difficult if you've got big fat fingers like I do. And then selling is the mentally hard part. Thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed this demonstration.